since we was just speaking about super teams, and we've defined in the past what we feel like makes a super team. And it's mostly about how many superstars that team has, right? So I need a definitive list of who you have as a superstar in the NBA right now. I'm gonna start with Nico.
So how many we doing? Is we
As
doing
many
just
as you want.
all?
As many as you
All
want.
right.
Whoever you feel like is a superstar.
I'm gonna name the big four off top: LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Giannis. Them the best 4 players in the game to me. I know y'all Steph Curry fans, but
I almost just had a fucking heart attack.
Steph Curry can't guard how those four can guard. It's two sides of the floor. It's different things you can do, bro, in the game. I'm gonna put Steph Curry 5 though. I like Steph Curry now. I respect him now, and I feel like he in that mix with those four. But if he go up against those four, he need a guy to stop them. He can't. Them four can guard each other. If it's just a Steph Curry team against, like I said, one of those, what he go do? So that's why I take him out that list. He's 5 to me. So them the top 4, and then 5 Steph Curry. I'm gonna put James Harden 6. After James Harden, I'm gonna say Anthony Davis, two-way player. Like I told y'all before, I like defenders. I like defense. I want players on my team to be able to play both sides. Anthony Davis changes the whole game for you protecting your paint, and he go give you 20. After that, I'm gonna say Luka Doncic. He not gonna play both ends, but he rebounds, he passes, he scores. 3 things I need. I could put him with a defender. He's not that bad on defense where a guy just go get him 50. Then after that, I'm gonna say it'll be a toss up between a few guys. But no, this shouldn't even be in order then. So then I'm gonna say Joel Embiid, he's a superstar. Nikola Jokic, he's a superstar. Jimmy Butler is a superstar. Jimmy Butler plays both ends. Jimmy Butler gets his team to the playoffs every single year. We seen him get Miami get them to the finals, beat Boston, beat 2 young dogs. I'm gonna get that to him. I'm gonna say Dame Lillard. We can't forget about him. I would love to put Tatum, Jalen Brown, and Bradley Beal in the mix, but I can't. I'm gonna say an old head, Chris Paul, superstar. You see what he doing to the Phoenix team. Totally different squad. I think they second in the West right now. I still got love for Paul George, two-way player. I think Paul George is just something in his head right now that don't have him playing to his maximum potential when the playoffs come. And after that, I'm gonna throw Devin Booker in the mix, kinda now. Since they're gonna make the playoffs this year, I'm gonna finally put him in superstardom, kinda. I'm gonna
Hold on, let
also
me cut you off for a second. I forgot to add on to the question. I also want to know like who you feel like is close to being a superstar, like who's teetering on the edge.
I'm gonna give one player that I think that's close on the list. We all go agree. We talked about it before. Zach LaVine. Easy could get you an easy 30. Easy. But he hasn't got his team to the playoffs yet. Damn near all of those guys I named got their teams to the playoffs with inferior teams before. So they all superstars. That's really the criteria. If you can get your team to the playoffs with no other help, no matter who on your team, by yourself, you can do it. So he'll be on the list that's almost there. And I'm gonna say one more guy who, in my opinion, he's there now, Donovan Mitchell. I'm gonna leave it at that. Donovan Mitchell been to the playoffs every single year of his career. Rookie year, lead his team. I'll put him over guys like Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. I would say his team is better than theirs, but as a rookie getting your team to the playoffs and you the number one option in the West, and you 6'2", and play both sides.
Get out the first round that year too.
Yeah, they got out the first round. Yes, he beat 2 superstars. Russell Westbrook I didn't name, but I consider him a superstar also. But yeah, that's my point right there. Donovan Mitchell, he's definitely a superstar. I'm gonna leave the rest of y'all.
I feel like me and your list is basically the same, but I'm gonna let
I
you go.
basically named all the superstars.
Cause I know Bobby's is shorter for sure because he kind of touched on this before.
Because he named basically the star player on all 30 teams in the league. Goddamn.
My bad. I got to going on. I already had a list from last year they made, bro, and I kind of revised the list that Bleacher Report made. At the end of the finals, they finally put Jimmy Butler at 10. So I basically revised that list a little bit.
I feel you. But no, mine ain't nearly as long. To me, it ain't that many superstars in the league. Okay, first for America, because I caught a lot of shit for not putting Giannis on the superstar list. So Giannis can be on here. Giannis can be on there. But to me, it's only Giannis, Bron, KD, Steph, Harden, Luka, and then that's it to me. Everybody else,
No Anthony Davis?
No Kawhi, no AD.
No Anthony Davis or Kawhi?
no.
Because Kawhi better than Giannis.
Kawhi
Kawhi
better
can
than.
bring 2 of the bitches.
I hear what you're saying, but to me, 1 or 2 years don't make you a superstar. And to me, I don't feel like Kawhi has enough to be a superstar. Not to me. To me, what makes you a superstar, under no circumstance am I trading you, because you've shown me up to this point that you can take me there. All of the players I've named have shown already they can take you there, regardless of circumstance. Even Luka up to this point. Kawhi is he's a very situational star. Like every ring that he got, like everything went perfect. Then I think up to last year he wouldn't even play every game. I just don't respect Kawhi. I'll put it like that. So
I can see that.
Oh, wow.
Kawhi don't get no. He a star to me. If we be 100% real, I think Paul George is better, but that's another case. So that's my superstar list. Then my star list is AD, Joel, Dame, Kyrie, Kawhi, PG. That's it right there. Those are like stars who, like, to me, they still have more to prove. In the biggest moments, I can nitpick each one of them. You know, like Kyrie has yet to lead a team, in my opinion. You know, I already touched on Kawhi. PG, I love PG. He's one of my favorite players in the league right now. But he, like you said, he flames out in the postseason. But he wasn't always like that, because originally he was like really cold in the postseason.
That's why he was playoff P at first, you know.
Right. And then for some reason, like the minute he left the Pacers, for some reason, like his playoff stuff just went down. So I don't know what that's about.
Something mental with him.
AD, I would love to put AD in the superstar spot, but AD can't stay healthy long enough for it to matter. Joel, he teetering between star and superstar. We gotta see how the season go. Dame, I think, is really overblown to me. Don't get me wrong, he cold. He almost everything they say he is. But I feel like this whole narrative that he's the clutchest player in the league is completely overblown. Because he do all that shit in the regular season. But in the postseason, he's only ever 2 good series. That was OKC a couple of years ago. And then his other good series was versus Houston, I want to say was his rookie year.
When he hit the game, wanted to eliminate them boys.
Outside of them 2 series, he has been subpar in every postseason series you can think of. But no one, for whatever reason, ever notices that. I'll watch pretty much every playoff game. But the one that sticks out to me, besides the one with the Pelicans where they got swept when he got locked up by Rondo and Drew Holiday, the series versus the Nuggets, he was subpar. And to me, in that Game 7, he conceded the fate of their team to CJ, who balled out for them. Like, whenever you get time, go back and just rewatch that whole series. Or just watch the full fourth quarter. Dame did nothing but sit in that corner and let CJ cook.
I remember that I was upset that they beat them because I felt like Denver was the better team. I felt like Denver outplayed them. I didn't understand how Portland pulled it out. Like, I was upset when they won. Like, damn, we finna get a boring-ass next series with fucking Portland.
They pulled it out because they couldn't guard CJ, because they had effectively took Dame out the series. Like I said, he was subpar. And the same thing happened to him again in the bubble. He had one good game, which is Game 1. And I feel like the Lakers wasn't even taking him serious. Once he was legit on the scouting report, he disappeared. He does that more often than any quote-unquote star, superstar in the league right now. It don't get brought up because what he does in the regular season holds so much weight. And because the media is very, it's like if you don't do nothing in the finals, they don't really see anything else. Like Steph, for example, like no matter what Steph can do good, all I'm ever hear is that, well, he didn't do that in 2016 in the finals. KD and Russ choked the Game 6 and Game 7. But because it didn't happen in the finals, nobody cares.
Usually how it goes.
So, like, it doesn't make sense to me. Tatum was on that list. Tatum, to me, I have pretty much the same problem that I do have with Dame. Tatum's career is, like, short, though, because he just came with
Nah, he's not a superstar yet. I was just mentioning him, but he not. Hell no.
Yeah, I'm talking about stars. Yeah, no, I'm just saying. But I'm saying, like, to me, he teetered because he can be on that next level. He just I need to see more because he do a lot of disappearing in the playoffs too. Like that series last year, I feel like Jaylen Brown was the one that made them go. But they would feed it to Tatum anyway because Tatum is his team. and he is the best shot creator on that team. I said AD. Actually, that's probably it.
Speak on Jimmy Butler for me then. What you think about him?
All right, now, as a Bulls fan, this hurts me because I love Jimmy. Jimmy G Buckets can play on my team any day of the week. But to me, he teeters between like the star and in that level, like right under, because he ain't very consistent. Because one game he'll give you 40, and the next game he'll give you like 15, but with like 10 assists. I need more consistency. Why can't you do that on a consistent level? Because if you look at his numbers, he basically a 20 per game scorer. But it's like we know he can be a 25 to 27 point per game scorer. But to me, it's like he's super, super, super inconsistent, and it boggles my mind.
To me, or he just gave up on his 3-point shot.
And that too, because he had a respectable 3-point shot where it's like, nah, he just don't get it.
He don't take them at all now.
Yeah, he plays like DeMar DeRozan now.
See, I think with Jimmy, he played with a young growing scorer. 2 young growing scorers, really, and then a knockdown shooter. I think he go from game to game. Like you said, he can average 25.
Because he can score with anybody.
I think he wants to win so bad that he like, I'm going to do what we need. I'm going to let Tyler Hero get hot this game. I'm going to let Bam do his thing. And if they need me, I'm going to kill. Or I'm going to come out tonight and get a ass 30, and then I think that's his mental. I don't think it's that he can't do it. I think he want to win so bad, and he know he got young players that he need. I gotta get confidence in these young guys for when we get to the playoffs. Tyler Hero need to know that I trust him to get 20. You feel me? I think that's his thing. I don't think he's inconsistent. I think it's just he go game by game like any great player should do. I'm gonna sit back this game and let Tyler Hero lead us. That's his thing.
So, Bobby, I remember in the past you saying one other thing that makes a superstar is they make the team around them better. Do you think Jimmy fits that criteria?
No, he do. We've seen living proof that any team that has Jimmy Butler is automatically a playoff contender. My only thing with him is his individual success. Like numbers for him, they too inconsistent. Because he'll go from 40 a game on a Monday, and then he'll give you like 12 on a Wednesday.
He just got to remind you, like, hey, I can't put this 40 on you if I want to.
As a Bulls fan, I remember every Bulls game. I've seen him be a 25 point per game scorer for like a 2-month stretch. So like I know he can do it. So it kills me that he doesn't. And I agree with Nico. That's probably what it is. He probably like, okay, whatever team need you on any given night, okay, that's cool. But I need the same thing every night. Because to me, that's what makes you great. Consistency. Him and LeBron basically the same player, more or less. You know for a fact LeBron gonna give you 27-7 every single night. Whereas with Jimmy, I don't know what I'm gonna get at any given time. So like to me, like that consistency stuff, that to me makes a superstar.
I agree. I feel you on that.
Anything else, the icing on the cake. To me, I don't have that consistency that I would like to have from Jimmy. It hurts me because I know he can do it because I've seen him do it. So
maybe it's just not even consistency with him, like as far as being capable. It's consistency of him wanting to do it.
yeah, because we know he can do it. We've seen him do it.
You want him to be a more consistent scorer.
You want him to be more aggressive, basically.
Yeah.
I hear that. I feel you because LeBron do it. LeBron for sure passed that bitch, but he go get 25.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna say Bron gonna get his, but Bron gonna be Bron every game.
Every game.
Whereas, like, I don't know if Jimmy gonna be Bron today or he gonna be Rondo today. See what I'm saying?
But see, Jimmy argument is Jimmy go play defense every game. LeBron ain't go play defense every game.
That's cool.
So that take a lot out of because Jimmy old too, bro. Like niggas gotta understand Jimmy up there. He old. He getting up. So he can't say, all right, I'm finna come in, guard LeBron. I'm still finna set Tyler Hero and them up, and I'm still finna get LeBron ass 30. He can't do that. So it's a lot of shit that go with it. But I definitely hear you on that. You made definitely good points about it.
But another part of that is he might not do that shit in the regular season, but in the playoffs,
he go do it.
Jimmy he coming with that shit every game.
And see, that's my point. That's what I was about to say. We watched him last year do it every night in the bubble.
So maybe it's just like he not stressing so much about the regular season, like how y'all said. Some teams just want to make sure they're healthy, and we know the Heat been having injury problems and COVID issues all year. So maybe he just trying to, you know, manage his energy level so he ready to go in the playoffs, because that is one of them teams we said like you can't just sleep on them.
Oh, I got either them or Philly coming out the East, so I ain't sleeping on Miami.
No Nets.
No
Don't.
respect for because KD there, you know how he coming when it's KD on the roster.
Man, fuck KD.
Look, see what I'm? That's crazy.
I got a stat for you, Bobby. Like, you don't respect Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is one of 6 players in NBA history to score 700 points in the playoffs. The other 5 players, all Hall of Famers: LeBron James, Shaq, Hakeem Olajuwon, Michael Jordan, and Allen Iverson. Kawhi Leonard's on that mix. It's only them 6. Like, come on, bro. Kawhi Leonard had a historic playoff series and got him a ring. Well, historic playoffs and got a ring.
I mean, that's cool and all. Hey, talk your shit. I feel it. It don't change my mind.
Come on, bro.
Man, I definitely just heard that is whatever you say, I don't really get no fuck.
Hey, it is what it is.
Oh, bro. His reputation, his numbers speak for itself, bro. 5-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. Come on, bro. Stop it.
Look, that's the thing though. He only 4-time All-NBA. He'd be 8 if he actually played some games in the regular season.
Nah, it's just like you said. You look at careers over a long period of, like, his whole career. His first 4 years he wasn't that. And then that year he was hurt with San Antonio. That's 5 years he couldn't make it. The first 4 he was an average player. And then shit, the year he wanted to be a hoe and treat Greg Popovich. What you got to this shit, my boy?
Yeah, my list definitely ain't as short as Bobby's for sure.
Even name half the league.
He don't
I know
respect
what I
nobody. But I mean, for my criteria of being a superstar, it's a fair amount of players that meet it. For me, is can you carry your team to the playoffs consistently? And it's a decent amount of players in the league that do that. Now, what you do in the playoffs, that's a whole nother story. Like you said, it's tiers to superstars. Yes, it's still like higher tier superstars, but that don't take away that label from other players, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So, not in no specific order. I got KD, Steph, Giannis, James Harden, Luka Doncic, Kawhi, AD, LeBron, Jokic, Embiid, and Donovan Mitchell as my definitive superstars.
I like that.
Cap.
I like to put Donovan Mitchell in that mix.
As far as teetering on the edge, I got Kyrie only because I think he can lead the team to the playoffs on his own, but he ain't did it yet. He ain't had the chance to do it yet. Like when he did, he was still young, but he wasn't this Kyrie that he is now. And Jimmy Butler is also on the edge of being a superstar. Like, matter of fact, I'll give him superstar, but just like that lower tier of superstar, because I know he's capable of making a team a playoff team. And we saw what he was about last year. Like, he had me actually feeling like Miami could beat the Lakers for a minute if they would have been healthy. I mean, I know that's not the case, though. Like, smarter me came out. It was like, what the fuck are you thinking? No, the Lakers was going to beat them regardless. But him like making me think that for that split second was like, yeah, he stamped to me. I got Levine as being on the edge of being a superstar. I'm going to need him to stay healthy now. Don't start getting these ankle problems and stuff, please. It's really pissing me off now. We ain't even got a chance to see what the Bulls really could develop into yet because he ain't been healthy. Jason Tatum is on that edge too. I feel like he need to, like you were saying with Jimmy Butler, I feel like he need to be more aggressive sometimes too. I feel like he let Jaylen Brown do too much sometimes when I feel like it should be him doing it. Because to me, he's the superior offensive player. And PG, I think he's one of those like lower tier superstars, but he just been bugging in the playoffs the past few years. But like his whole thing started from the playoffs. Like that's what made him a superstar in the first place was the playoffs. And like you said, once he left Indiana, it's just like something mental happened with him. I don't know if it's the pressure, like people really expecting more out of him because he got good teammates or what, but he ain't been the same in the playoffs. But in the regular season, he's still doing his thing. Like He definitely a nightly threat to give you 30 easy and don't even break a sweat. And y'all know that's my favorite player in the league, so I ain't gonna never have nothing bad to say about him. I got a hot one for y'all though. What about Trey Young?
Ooh,
He got the
never
Hawks as
thought
a
about
playoff
it.
team right now, and he is clearly the alpha on that team.
I never thought about it.
Nope.
I remember when he came out, like how they was comparing him to Steph Curry, and I laughed really hard at that because I get the fuck out of here. But I could see why they made the comparison. I'm not saying he's Steph Curry. Please don't mistake that. But because the similarities are there, like he got a Steph Curry-esque game, and it's translating to them winning.
I know y'all finna hate me saying this. I'm not gonna say he better than Steph Curry, but I love his game more than Steph Curry's. I love it more.
I know exactly why you said that.
Why?
Because he ain't teamed up with KD yet.
No, it's not that. I just like we talked about this before Bobby spoke on this, that he believes Steph Curry could be more of a facilitator. But shit, why not let Draymond Green do it and set me up? I like that Trey Young scored 30 and set his team up. And then, like you said, they in the playoffs since Nate McMillan took over.
Yeah.
Like they tough.
They got them boys play at defense now too.
They
They fourth in the East right now.
I kind of would say he on that list, that tier you said, that same tier you have them other niggas, Jimmy, Paul George. I think he under their tier.
Yeah, that's
but
what I'm saying.
depending
Like, I
on
got
what he
him
do in the
like
playoffs.
on the edge. Like he a star to me right now, but he pushing towards that superstar level.
Because they fourth right now. They play the Knicks fifth. If the playoffs started today, and he averaged 30 and 10 in the playoffs and eliminate the Knicks, like it's Steph.
Which I really think they would. I think they'll smack the Knicks around. No, I ain't gonna say that because the Knicks defense too good. I ain't gonna just say they're gonna get smacked around.
I don't know if they'll really beat the Knicks. It's tough to say because Derrick Rose in the playoffs gonna step up too. So, and they coach. They well coached.
And we don't know what Trey Young is in the playoffs yet, so it's hard to say.
I think he gonna be that though. I don't think we got shit to worry about. It's the rest of them niggas on their team. It's John Collins gonna show.
I was gonna say Lillard. I was gonna put him, but I've noticed whenever Lillard, like if McCollum is hurt or Nurkic is hurt, they not as good. So I feel like Lillard is only as good as the help around him. Yeah, he's great. Don't get me wrong. He is definitely great. But I don't think he's superstar because I don't think if you put him on an inferior roster, he's gonna carry him to the playoffs.
I hear that.
At first, I had him like on my list of superstars, and then I just thought about like I've seen him play without CJ before, and they be bottom 12 in the West.
Hey, you put Dame on the Warriors instead of Steph right now. They ain't nothing but the Washington Wizards. You put Steph on the Blazers, they going to the finals.
I don't know about the finals now. Let's overstate it a little bit.
Well, they would beat the Lakers, but you get what I'm saying. They still done as higher.
I just hope my boy PG fixes playoff shit this year because I think that shit last year against Denver, that whole like not just the PG shit. I'm talking about Denver beating the Clippers. I feel like that shit was a fluke.
I do you one
I
better.
agree.
I want them to win, and I'm a huge Braun fan. I want the Clippers to win, and I want PG to be the reason just so they is hating on PG.
Yes, I would love to see the Clippers win the title and PG get.
Yep.
I would love it.
I'm sorry, y'all. They win. Kawhi Leonard, it's gonna be because of him.
You never know though, because what if Paul George come out average 32, 8 and 8 in that series?
It's possible.
Of course, if he do that, but Kawhi Leonard gonna average 30 and 8 too. Shit.
Is he though?
I don't know because
Yes.
PG the best scorer on that team. If you want to say
It ain't
Kawhi,
even close.
if you want to say Kawhi the better player, that's cool. But as offensively, PG is their best scorer, so it's possible.
They gonna be tough too. Like people sleeping on them that Rondo pickup, and I think the DeMarcus Cousins pickup gonna help too.
Hey, they ain't lost a game since they got Rondo. They 8-0.
I always like the Clippers. I'm a Kawhi Leonard fan, bro. I'm a Kawhi Leonard and a Paul George fan.
Like people been holding that shit over his head for the longest though. Like,
Dang, so Kawhi actually got fans
my
out
man's
there?
hit the side of the backboard. It happens to niggas sometimes, you know.
That ain't shit, man. That happens. That
happens.
was shit.
And low key, the year he was in OKC when they lost to Utah, PG was hooping that series.
No. I ain't gonna say that. He hooped. Don't get me wrong. He hooped. He had like 3 games he hooped. But Joe Ingles was in his head. Ingles was busting his ass.
Just like Rubio was in Westbrook head.
He was. Like that's why they won, bro. Like they was. I remember Russell Westbrook was talking about, yeah, Rubio ain't gonna do this next game.
Yeah, he was like, I'm shutting that shit down next game.
Bro, Rubio
bust
next
his ass
game.
again.
But for me, it blew me because I'm like, bro, you talking about Ricky Rubio, Donovan Mitchell killing y'all. And he a fucking rookie. Worry about him, nigga. That go back to your point, bro. Westbrook don't care about the big picture. He care about himself.
He saw Rubio bust his ass one game. Like, no, I'm shutting that shit down next game. And Rubio come out and cook your ass again and make you get a technical foul.
But Joe Ingles was busting Paul George ass. Though he wasn't Paul George. But he was coming at Paul George shit. All in his face, hitting threes on him, and
I was just
locking the
speaking
man
about
up.
his overall numbers. He had a good
overall
series.
numbers
He had a good series. Like, I think people make it seem like they be trying to make it seem like going all the way back, like he's never been good in the playoffs or some shit. And that's not true. Like, yeah, he was shitty last year, but the whole roster was shitty last year. As bad as they was playing, they was still up 3-1 on Denver. But after a while, you know, that shit overcame them. Like, you got to step up at some point. And I think they're going to do it this year. A lot of people sleeping on them, but I definitely see them going to the conference finals.
I think LeBron still banked that ass, though.
I hope both teams is healthy, too, because we got robbed of that shit last year.
I think both the LA teams match up with the Nets well, but you got 2 defenders, man. That's hard to beat. They can guard the Nets.
2 elite two-way players, a playoff-tested point guard in Rondo. You got shooters. Zubac be hooping too, but AD, we know AD gonna cook him. That's free lunch.
Yeah, free lunch. That's their problem. They don't have a big. Ibaka can't do it himself.
And Cousins, that ain't DeMarcus Cousins no more. But hey, he gonna help some way. Like, he gonna get them some buckets off the bench, get them some rebounds and shit. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to comment some topics that you'd like for us to discuss in the future. Subscribe and turn on notifications to be up to date with all our latest content. And we'll catch y'all in the next one.